Welcome to Not Milk Never Milk. Subscribe if you're lactose intolerant.
You start by verifying the essentials so HDR actually displays. Check that your TV or monitor supports HDR10 or Dolby Vision and that your source device outputs 10-bit color. Once done, plug using an HDMI 2, 0A or 2, 1 cable and enable HDR in the display settings. Make sure your GPU or streaming device firmware and drivers are updated. Outdated software often blocks HDR negotiation. Now that hardware and drivers are ready, move to configuring playback in browser or app settings. Next, configure the software path so YouTube serves HDR content. On smart TVs or streaming boxes, use the native YouTube app. On PC, prefer the latest Chrome or Edge with HDR support and no forced color profile. In Windows, turn on Use HDR in display settings and set output color format to 10-bit if available. Once these are set, pick a video labeled HDR and manually choose 2160p or 1440p HDR quality. Make sure browser extensions. Finally, verify HDR is active by watching the YouTube HDR badge and observing deeper blacks and brighter highlights compared to SDR. If HDR doesn't appear, switch HDMI ports, try a known good HDMI 2, 0A/2, 1 cable, or toggle HDR auto switch on your TV. Also test another HDR video or device to isolate the problem. If colors are off, reset display picture presets or check system logs for color depth negotiation errors. This single troubleshooting step usually reveals whether hardware, cable, or software is at fault.
Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, leave a like and consider subscribing. See you next time.